What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. I am Lindsay, and I am joined by the team over at Attention Insight. Attention Insight improves design success with pre-launch analytics that give you valuable feedback before you hit publish. It's starting right now on AppSumo at just $59 for a lifetime deal. Before we dive into the product, I want to go through a few quick things. The first is we love to hear where you're hanging out with us from. We love to hear about your business and your use case and why you're interested in Attention Insight. You could do all of that over in the chat room. The second thing is that if you have any questions about the tool, the deal, how to get set up, anything like that, go ahead and put those questions in the Q&A box. We do have somebody from the Attention Insight support team here to hang out with you and answer those questions, but we'll also be circling back to those questions at the end of the walkthrough, so we'll be sure to answer all of them. And then the last thing is that there will be a replay of this available, so you can watch this as many times as you want. If you need to step out, it's all good. You can check back later. All right, that is it for me. Camille, how are you doing today?
Hey, Lindsay, I'm awesome. How about you?
I'm doing all right. I am excited to have you here. I'm excited to dive into this. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to you. You could take it away. Let me know when you're ready for the questions.
Great. Thank you, Lindsay. Yeah. Hello, Sumolings. It's awesome to meet you online. I cannot say enough how excited I am for today's webinar. Together with Attention Insight team, we were overwhelmed by how active Sumolings are. We literally have a whiteboard in our meeting room listing all your ideas and suggestions. So we're super happy to have you on board. Today, the main goal of this webinar is to give you a brief overview of Attention Insight with several showcases. And also, I'll make sure to allocate a big chunk of your time to answer your questions. Today, logging in with me to our call, Ognus. I'm sure you chatted with him a lot also. He is our growth manager, and he is also a part of our awesome support team at Attention Insight. So he will be covering the Q&As that you have during the presentation, and then I'll chat back and forth with Lindsay to make sure to dig a bit deeper to the questions that were not covered during the chat. So hey everyone, I'm Camilla, CAO and co-founder of Attention Insight. I'm not just a good picture on the deal page. I'm CEO of the company. I am leading the support team and AppSumo campaign itself, because I do believe that consumers-led product growth is the key to technology success. And I wanted to start to share a bit of a background story of how Attention Insight came to be before we dive into the product presentation. So actually, I'm a marketer myself. I worked in agencies for years, both in Europe, Canada, and US. I worked both in digital agencies and also as a CMO in several startups. So I know what it takes to grow and manage marketing team. And one of the key things that keep following me throughout the career is the lack of user-centric and data-driven feedback when it comes to pre-launch of marketing campaigns or websites. Of course, you can rely on user interviews or user studies, but usually in the marketing world, you don't have time to implement it. So I made a mission of my whole team to build an easy-to-use tool for rapid optimization of marketing campaigns and websites. And 5 years later, here it is. Attention Insight is a pre-launch marketing campaign analytic tool enabling marketers and business owners to optimize their campaign and websites on the go. The best part is you can do that before you go live. And this is how you can save time, money, and team efforts. So without further ado, I will dig into the product presentation. I will go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Great. Lindsay, if you can indicate if you can see my screen now.
Yeah, that looks great.
Great. Awesome. So today I'll be giving you a quick demo of Attention Insight platform. So basically, this is our landing page. You can log to our application through the AppSumo campaign or directly through our page. So basically what you do when you land on our page, you just click on login, and then you land on your user dashboard. So here you can see all the cases that you processed and all the studies that you did. First time when you log in, you will get the product tour. So be sure to watch that. And at the first login, you will also see the demo study where you can take a peek of how attention insight results look in real life before starting your own study. So let's just go ahead and create a new study. Click on a green button, Create, and here you all are already in the dashboard of creating your first study. So first things first, what you need to do is you need to choose the design type that you are analyzing. So you need to choose either you're analyzing a desktop version of the design, mobile, or marketing material. So for today, we'll be showcasing the desktop design analysis. So I'll just pick desktop. And on the website type, you can also pick between different websites such as landing, e-com store, news media, or other sites. So you can make sure that you are analyzing the proper material. So I'll pick landing, and there's two options of how you can start the analysis. If you already have your website live, you can just go ahead and enter the URL of the website that you'll be analyzing. So for today, let's take MailerLite. I will go back to the screen and click capture. What it does now, it basically scrapes the web, and we are taking the screenshots of your whole landing page. And throughout the campaign, we did have several hiccups with URL scrape, mostly because there are all sorts of different landing pages available. So I just wanted to highlight and make sure that our technical team is working on it as we speak. And if you encounter any problems with URL scrape, just go ahead and click on Intercom chat, and our support team will be happy to assist you with analyzing of your landing pages on the go. So you can also add the design types from your computer if you have them available. So I'll go ahead and click and select a few designs here. They also load to the system. You can load up to 20 files in one go. There are certain limitations on the file size, so you can load maximum of 11 megabytes to the study. And also, if you do encounter any hiccups here, again, feel free to reach out to us anytime. So when you already done with loading files, you go ahead and click Analyze. And this is where the magic happens. And while the system is loading the results, I will elaborate a bit more about our technology. So we created an AI algorithm that automates eye tracking studies. So basically, in simple words, we are able to simulate where people will look when they interact with your design. So at the first stage of training, we show to the artificial intelligence how human vision operates. So basically how we see colors, shape, different environment. And then on the second training set, we show to the algorithm how users interact with different content types, how they interact with landing pages, how they interact with different marketing material, how they interact with e-com stores. And at the moment, we have a predictive model which is 90% accurate in comparison with real life eye tracking studies, meaning that if you would take a heat map out of an eye tracking study and the heat map predicted by attention insight, they would overlap 90%. And the accuracy of our technology is approved by MIT Accuracy Benchmark. And we are at the top positions with the leading universities. So you can make sure that you get a value of an eye tracking study with a fraction of time and fraction of costs. And here I can see that the results are already available. So let's dig a bit deeper into other functions that we have in our analysis mode. So as mentioned, the core of our technology is attention heat maps, which is a visual representation of how users' attention distributed in the design, where red spots indicates the spots that user group see the most, and the colder you get, the less users' attention you get. So this is a very easy and agile tool how you can test your landing page or marketing material and make sure that the most important elements are visible by your user. We also have percentage of attention functionality, which is a very awesome tool with whom you can see by just quickly dragging a circle around the element, what percentage of user attention most important elements in your website got. So you can see what percentage of attention was allocated to the main header, what percentage of attention was allocated to your main call to action button, or for example, the key features of your product. So in total, we calculate that the whole design gets 100% of users' attention. And you, with marking the elements that meets your goal, can check how well or how poorly your elements are performing. We also have automatic detection of certain elements like call to action buttons and text blocks, which is already available in the platform. Our text detection and object detection algorithm learns a lot. So at the moment, it's as a 6 or a 5-year-old, he is good, but still making some mistakes. But as we go further, we will improve it. So the further along we are, the less objects you need to mark by yourself, and the more objects will be marked by AI. But the main reason why we decided to give a wheel to you on marking the elements in the design is that we know that you know the best which objects are the most important. So it's up to you to check which object got what amount of your user attention. So let's say if a mailer light would like to highlight their brand, they might as well uncheck the visibility of their logo. Or for example, if they're aiming more for already registered users, they can check how visible their login information is. So this is a very interactive feature. Feel free to play around with it as much as possible. The second feature that we have here would be the clarity score, which ranges from 1 to 100. And basically, clarity score says how clear and clean your design is and how appealing it is for your users. And we are not aiming for 100% of clarity score. We want to be in the sweet spots in optimal middle. So our system will also indicate not only the percentages of your clarity score. So for example, here in the MailerLite case, we have 66% of clarity, but you also have the indication of if the clarity score is optimal, or is it too simple, or is it too cluttered? So you instantly can tell what you need to do. The second part is Alexa site rank. So basically what we did, we enabled you to compare yourself with the industry standards. So we scraped 170 top performing Alexa sites in different categories such as landings, e-com store, news media, and we form benchmark. So for example, now you can see, hey, MailerLite has 66% of clarity, And also they are ranking in kind of the sweet spot position together with 38 other leading companies from the ranking. But we still can see that there's some room for improvement for a clarity score, because there are 17 companies who are ranking a bit higher on the clarity score mark. So this is the base of the analysis mode. You can also go ahead and download all the information that you want. So you can easily import that to your team presentation or email it to your client. The only thing you need to do, you need to click on download, and you can select either download the current screen of your analysis or download all images in the study. So you will be downloading the original designs and also heat maps, and heat maps together with percentage of attention also on top of it. So this is a very quick way to export study results. We also got requests on exporting the reports as a PDF files. So it's now in our roadmap under exploring. So if you are a supporter of this feature, feel free to go to our roadmap and upvote it. Most probably it will be implemented in the system, because so far it's a very key feature that Sumo Links love. But let's see what the future brings. Okay, and now let's go ahead and move on to our comparison mode, which basically enables you to compare two different designs side by side. So this is awesome tool for quick and agile A/B testing. And to highlight, because we did have several questions about that, what is the main benefit of using Attention Insight in the A/B testing? So first of all, with Attention Insight, you can implement 10, 20 different tests in a matter of a few minutes. Basically, that would take you 2 or 3 months to run in the regular A/B test. And as one of the CRO and conversion optimization specialists correctly pointed out, it's way better to start in the middle of the ladder, so you can make sure to don't waste your time, efforts, or traffic on the website versions that don't work at all, and that don't highlight your product or your call to actions, and just go ahead and focus on the ones that actually can perform. The second part would be low traffic websites, very important for solopreneurs and freelancers, because you guys know that you need to have certain amount of traffic to be able to run an A/B test. And with Attention Insight, you don't need any integrations and no traffic involved. You just go ahead, upload several design versions, and you're good to go and optimize. So let's go ahead and create a comparison. Basically, you create comparisons from the studies that you already did with Attention Insights. So you select a study that you want to analyze, and then when the study loads, you select which screens do you want to analyze. So let's do side-by-side comparison of the MailChimp, and let's go ahead and take MailerLite. Okay, you can transport the areas of interest from the study, but we always recommend to add the new ones, because you want to make sure that you're analyzing kind of designs side by side. So let's go ahead and mark the header in the first page, and also the call to action button. And in the second, we also want to highlight the header and the call to action. But what we see from the analysis itself, that the main call to action button is blocked by the pop-up of GDPR compliance. So this is a great indication, and again, kind of the showcase of how Attention Insight can help you out, is that if you're implementing your website analysis and then you see that some most important elements of your site are being blocked by pop-ups, then you need to make sure to either move the pop-ups to different position or kind of move your call to action buttons a bit to the higher end to make sure that people see both the information displayed in a pop-up as well as your call to action button. So let's go ahead and select the one without the pop-up, but you need to understand that the first-time users would definitely see the pop-up, and this will potentially kind of decrease your conversion rates on the site. So let's go ahead and mark the same objects in this design. That would be the call to action button and the main message, the header. As you can see, I am picking between kind of the pre-suggested elements of the design. So we listed the kind of the most common elements in landing pages, header, image, logo, menu, but you can go ahead and type your own elements. So let's say product, image, or pop-up form. And you can also do side-by-side comparison with that, no problem here. Okay, and then we go ahead and click on compare, and we land on the comparison mode where you can see both side-by-side comparison of the heat maps and percentages of attention, and also the main board where you have the clarity score compared, and also you have a comparison between visibility of most important elements. So here we can see that the MailChimp is a clear winner because it both has a higher clarity score, which is very important for user experience, and also better visibility by call to action button. And the header is also optimally visible. We do have a bit higher visibility of the header in middle light, but overall the MailChimp is clear winner, and they didn't have a pop-up blocking the main call to action button. You can also use the extensions that are available at Attention Insight. So let's imagine one scenario that is very common for our users. So basically, if you are analyzing your page, you do A/B testing, you do a lot of optimizations, and you are very comfortable with the results that you have. But of course, everyone and all the marketers are curious of how their competitors are performing. So basically, one of the key unique features of Attention Insight that you can actually peek on your competition without having access to their data. The only thing that you need to do, you need to go to their landing page, install our Chrome extension. You can log in with the same credentials as you use to our platform. I'm already logged in. Oh no, I'm not logged in. So this is a great showcase of how we can log into our tool. So basically, you type your login information here. You use the same credentials as you would for our tool, and or you can use the login Facebook. So let's go ahead and use the login Facebook here. And then in a few seconds, we'll be able to do the comparison with the competition. So basically, with Chrome extension, you can analyze all different websites that are available online. So you can feel free to experiment with your... Okay, yeah, this is the login information I need. Thank you so much. So you can go ahead and analyze all of your competitor sites. So let me just quickly log in to my account. Perfect. Then you click on Scan Current Screen. So this is a very important thing to highlight. This will scan the screen that you currently see. So you can choose to scan whichever part of your website or your competition website. Usually our clients scan above the fold, which is the most important one, but you can also go ahead and analyze inner pages or any part of your page or your competition page. So basically what we're doing now, we are taking a snapshot of your page, we're sending it to our algorithm, and it's generating heat maps and calculating clarity score, which will be displayed in the second tab in a few seconds. And while it loads, I want to showcase the second extension that we have, which would be integrations to design platforms such as Adobe XD and Sketch. This is an awesome help for UX designers, and marketeers who are working with these programs. So you can basically experiment on the go. You can choose the artboard that you're working on and just generate the heat map on top of it. So basically what we're doing here, let me just quickly move this. We are picking plugins and then Attention Insight and generate heat map. So we are sending again the screenshot of your current artboard to our AI, and then in a few seconds, you will get heat maps back. And with heat maps, you can quickly check and test if most important elements in your site are visible. So this is a sample of the Slack landing page. I'm sure you guys use Slack on the daily basis. And few elements that we are testing out: the visibility of the most important website, most important message, and also the visibility of call to action button. And unfortunately, from the heat map, we can see that the call to action button is not visible by users. So what our designers did, they just played around with the color of the call to action button. You can also play around with kind of the layout itself of the site. And then you can go ahead and analyze it again with Attention Insight, and you can experiment on the go and see results instantly. So now we can see, after changing out the call to action button color, we improved the visibility of our call to action button. Okay, so this is, just restart Chrome extension to see if the login helped. Okay, click on Scan Current Screen, and then in a few seconds, you'll get results displayed. And also, we had a lot of questions about full page analysis in Chrome. So I wanted to highlight that we will launch it in a queue free. So please bear with us. At the moment, it's only the visible screen. So here, as you can see, in a few seconds, the analysis is done. So you can quickly peek on your competition, and you can check the clarity score of your site, and you can check how you're ranking with other sites. So this is kind of a very easy help for marketeers and solopreneurs who want to optimize their pages and also see how well or how badly their competition is doing. Also, I think we still have a few minutes, so I just wanted to highlight the second case that we recently did with Omnisend. This is also the optimization of their landing page. So they wanted to make sure that they convert their users into subscribers to the demo. And previously, in the first version of their site, they had two side-by-side call to action buttons that were actually competing against each other for users' attention. And what they did, they are experimenting with different layouts and different positions, and they decided to exclude the second call to action button and make sure that the most important elements, their main message in header and call to action activation, is visible. And they did so. They actually improved both the clarity score of their design and also the visibility of their main call to action. And the best part, of course, with attention, they improved 30% on top of their current conversion rate. So within few tweaks in their design, they were able to kind of increase their conversions by 30%. Which is awesome. And this is kind of a second question that we do tend to get a lot. What would be kind of the end results of my tests? And we say it depends. It depends how well you already work with optimization. With clients who are pros in optimization, we see an increase somewhere between 2 to 5%, but basically they're big players in the market, and for them 2 to 5% is gold. And for solopreneurs and companies who are just starting with optimization, eye tracking and A/B testing pre-launch can improve their conversion rates all the way to 50%. And again, it's very case by case. So this is all for us. You can follow all current upcoming features of Attention Insights that is listed in our product roadmap. We do have special dedicated section for you guys, which is exploring. So basically, we listed all the features that Sumo suggested or asked upon in Intercom or in your questions. And you can go ahead and pick the feature that you love, and you can upvote it in action here. I'm not logged in, so I don't have this option. But if you log into your Trello, you can go ahead and upvote it in our board. And what we will do throughout the midst of our campaign, we will move features from exploring to the implementations for Q3 and Q4. And also, awesome news for all of you guys is in a Q4, we do have a major UI UX uplift planned. So we will make sure that kind of your user experience is smooth, and bear with us. We appreciate a lot you guys reporting questions and things that are not 100% clear in the platform now. We do strive to develop further features and implement them in the system, and also make sure that Sumo links are lifetime happy with Attention Insight. So that was it for me. I think we can go ahead and transition to Q&A session.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Sumolings, if you have any more questions about the tool, you can go ahead and put those in the Q&A box right now. I will say that we have gotten through all of the ones that are in here. So if you submit a question now, it'll probably be, one of the first ones to go. I am going to ask you some of the questions that have already been answered, just so that they are available in the replay. This first question is, I want to be able to compare two-sided postcard designs. Will this score front A to front B, as well as back A to back B postcards?
Yes, for sure. One thing that you need to do when you create a study, make sure to upload both sides of the designs. And when you create a study in the comparison mode, just select all poster types side by side. So the front side with the front side, and at the bottom, the back side with the back side. And then you can do side by side comparisons.
Great. This next question from Jacqueline is, can you see the heat map details of the companies that rank higher than you do without checking each individually via URL?
Well, yes, that's actually an interesting idea. So Alexa site ranking is 170 sites, so it would be super hard to display them all. However, we will talk internally. Maybe there is a chance to kind of publish the report on kind of 170 top performing Alexa site ranking sites. At the moment, the answer would be no, but awesome suggestion that could be considered.
Great, thank you. Ed wants to know, can this be used on sites like ClickFunnels?
Yes, that's a great question. We already had the similar one in our Q&A. So the short answer is yes. Make sure you are using our Chrome extension. So basically, you can go to your content navigation system in funnels, and when you do a preview mode, just go ahead and analyze your site with our Chrome extension. It works cross platforms in different tools such as WordPress, Shopify, WooCommerce, and the funnel works as well.
Awesome. Lee wanted to know, this question is for me, sorry. Lee wanted to know if this will be on AppSumo's YouTube website. It will. You can definitely find this on the YouTube page probably in like an hour. Honestly, I'm not the one posting it. I don't want to make promises. But, you know, like in an hour or so. Yeah, for sure. You can watch as many times as you want. Those are all the questions that we have here. Let me go ahead and check through the chat room. I know I tell y'all not to leave them in the chat room, but I'm breaking my rules. Okay, we have some questions here. All right. Can you explain again how you gathered all the AI data for this? And are you continually updating the underlying data set? I'm not sure if I'm using the correct terminology.
No, that's awesome. And that's good terminology. So basically, we formed our preparatory eye tracking study data pool from the academia, because we are a bunch of marketeers and researchers, and also from the studies that we ran. We have eye trackers in-house, and also from the collaborations. And yes, we are adding studies and data pools annually to make sure that our algorithm meets industry standard, and also to make sure that we are up with industry standards. So this is how, briefly, how we gathered all of our data pool. And if you have more questions about the technology, be sure to visit attentioninsight.com/technology. There you can find more information about our data pool and also side-by-side comparisons of heat maps. And yeah, we are striving that our technology will remain, as it is now, the best in the field.
Amazing, amazing. All right, Tara also asks, so theoretically, you can just upload any images you design and run heat maps. How many comparisons can you run at a time?
That's a great question. So basically, yes, and that is why we are here. You can run as many comparisons as you like within the platform or within the extensions. At the moment, we do limit it to I think 8. I will follow up with you because I'm not 100% sure where we draw the line. But basically, it's mostly usability. Because we wanted to make sure that the users will not scroll infinitely, so we needed to kind of put kind of the dash somewhere else. In the UX UI uplift that we're planning, I do believe we will increase this limit. So for now, it's up to 8, and then it can be unlimited, and you can always create new comparisons on the go as well.
Wonderful. Those are basically all of the questions that we have here today. Tara, it's totally okay that it's not in the Q&A section. I don't care. She has just one other question left here. And then those are all the questions that I have. So if Simulings, this is your last and final moment, can you repeat the design programs that this interfaces with?
Yes, that would be at the moment Sketch and Adobe XD.
Wonderful. All right. Simulings, I'm going to come back on camera and close us out. Thank you so much for joining us for this product walkthrough. And thank you, Camille, for taking us through everything, and to your team for answering all of those questions so that this Q&A was pretty painless. Simulings, if you have not already, you can go to appsumo.com/attention-insight. It's 2 words, and it's starting at just $59 for a lifetime deal. Of course, it is backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee, so go ahead and start playing around with it, see how it works for you. And of course, we want to know in the review section how it's working, so please let us know. We are discovering what insights you're getting from this tool. I'm so sorry. I had to do it though. And of course, if you have if you have any more, I'm not good at punning. If you have any more questions, you can go ahead and leave those questions on the deal page. Or if you happen to be watching this video, you can leave questions here too. All right. Thank you so much.
Lindsay,
Yes.
I do have one last remark from my side, if we're okay on time. You're good? Okay,
Definitely.
great.
Go for it.
First of all, I wanted to make sure that Sumo Links would know that Attention Insight has a full-time worker in our office.
Oh my gosh, yay.
Always working with our support team, supporting them through 24/7 support schedule. He is also excited by the Sumolink community. And the last thing that I wanted to highlight, we got a lot of questions from Sumolinks who purchased free plus codes. They want us to add a bit of a sweetness to the deal. So I'm happy to inform that we decided to increase the limits of design tests that are available for Sumo Links that purchased free plus codes, and we will post the update on the terms and conditions of the deal fairly soon, sometime tomorrow in our morning. So stay tuned and be sure to optimize your pre-launch campaigns with Attention Insight. It's awesome to have such an amazing community, and we love you guys.
Amazing. I'm glad that there is another dog in our family, and Sumo Links, as you heard here, if you get 3 or more codes, they've sweetened the deal for you. So stay tuned for all of those details. If you're watching this on Saturday, then those details are already out. All right, I think that's it. Anything else from you, Camille?
Yeah, that was it from my side. Greetings from all Attention Insight team. They love you all as well.
Yeah, Sumo Links, y'all are the best. Thank you so much. And of course, go ahead and grab the deal. Let us know how it's working. We love to hear from you. Thank you, everybody that's been here. Have a good one.
Bye.